So we talk to a lot of criminal defense attorneys, and the conversation usually goes like this. We ask them, how do you get most of your clients? And they say, well, it's referrals. I've been in business for 15, 20, 10, whatever number of years. And I get some referrals here and there. And business is usually not very good. It's okay to slow. And they come to us and they say like, well, how do I get more clients on a regular basis? And the answer is really simple. And we really do not want to make it sound complicated. It comes down to this. There are over 50,000 searches per month on Google, people looking for criminal defense attorneys. How much of that volume do you get? Like when you think about it, like Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, Omaha, anywhere, any metropolitan area, there are hundreds or thousands of searches per month. How much of that business comes to your door? For most of the attorneys we speak to, it's like zero or close to zero. And the answer to that, the reason for that is really simple. Most criminal defense attorneys couldn't be bothered to promote to prospective clients where prospective clients look for them. And that today is primarily Google while using their mobile devices. I know it's pretty crazy because it sounds so simple, yet most people don't do it. And this is when it comes down to this famous saying, somewhat famous saying, and that is most people don't need instruction, they need reminders, right? So if your law firm is not promoted on Google page one, chances of you getting steady flow of new prospective clients, like substantial steady flow of new prospective clients, is super low because you're not where they're looking. So let me tell you how to build this engine to consistently get more prospective clients. Number one, be on Google. There are three places where you want to be on Google. Number one is you want to be in the ad space up top. Those top three listings are paid listings. You can be there like this. And as long as you run those ads correctly and your website is right, you are going to get business through those paid listings. Number two, the local pack. So if someone is looking in your area for a criminal defense attorney, you need to pop up in the local map pack. And that is, that map, and then there are 3 to 4 listings below the map. And number three, really important, you want to be just below the map pack. Those organic listings, this is where most people are going to click. This is where you absolutely must be if you want to generate a steadier flow of consistent prospects, steadier and substantial. So, other than that, you also want to be in the directories like Avvo, Super Lawyers, etc., Yelp, because that's where people also look. And let me explain how this works, right? So people don't just look in the directories, they will look on Google, and in the organic listings, they will see links to the directories. They will click on the directory, and then they will look for an attorney within the directory. And directories make it easy for people to find the right professionals. So people love to use directories. That's why directories are so popular. Now, my recommendation for the directories is you gotta make sure that you're highly ranked in the directories. What that means is that you gotta have a sponsored listing on the directory to have visibility. Because if you're in the directory on page like 4 under criminal defense attorneys, no one's gonna look for you there. People are only going to scan through the first page, click on a few listings, and reach out to those lawyers. So you have to be up top. Pay the money, it's worth it. You will generate a great return on that investment. Next, you want to be on YouTube, and let me explain why. When people search for attorneys, or when people search for information about criminal defense, they search for 2 types of information really. Those that are ready to talk to an attorney, they'll look for an attorney today. Those that are not ready, and they are the majority of people, they're just looking up information that's related to their case, to their issue. Those will be just looking for information. You want to be found and highly ranked in both cases, whether they're looking for an attorney or they're looking for information. And the way that you will be found by people who are looking for information many a times will be if you create videos and post them on Google. It sounds super basic, but most lawyers couldn't be bothered to do this. Let me tell you how to do this super easily. Number one is for the next 30 days, have a pen and paper ready. Whenever you have a conversation with a client, make a note of all the questions that they ask. Like literally, just write down the questions that they ask. Then get a $20 tripod, a $50 mic like this one, put your phone on the tripod and record an answer to every question that they ask. And then post them on YouTube. So when people are looking for answers to their questions, they will find your videos. And if they're in your area, guess who they're going to talk? You, because you now have the visibility and they now have that brand awareness that you do exist and that you do know what you're talking about. It's the same thing with Google actually. So people will look for attorneys, those who are ready to retain an attorney, and people will look for answers to their questions. So what you do for both of those, number one, for those who are looking for an attorney, you got to make sure that you have a high performance website. What I mean by that is most attorney websites are low performance. They underperform. They convert like 1 out of 100 visitors. You want to have not just better visibility, but you also want to have a website that works for you and converts a much higher percentage than just 1 out of 100. So how do you do that? You make sure that the information that you have on the website actually helps the consumer to decide in your favor. And what information they're looking for? Well, number one is they want to know what problems you help solve. It's really that simple. They don't want to see practice area. They want to see a list of problems that you help solve, because this is how they make a mental connection between the problem that they have in their mind and the solution that you can offer them. And they say, okay, so this attorney does solve my problem. Great. Do you have any proof? Show them case studies if State Bar Association allows you to do that. Show them reviews and testimonials if State Bar Association allows you to do that. If it does not, what you could do is you could have your web development company or your marketing company install widgets from Google, from Avvo, from SuperLawyers, from Yelp, wherever, that will actually show the number of positive reviews on your ranking. For example, 4 stars out of 5, 12 reviews on Google. So when they see that, they can click on it and actually see the validation by means of what other clients have told or have written about you on Google or Avvo or SuperLawyers or Yelp, wherever. It is super important to have that proof, because to them that says that, hey, this person not just knows what they're doing, they're also good at what they do, and other clients have spoken highly of them. You gotta make sure that you have on that website, because that helps them build that trust, initial trust, that will help them reach out to you. Also, for those that are not ready to talk to you yet, but are just looking for information, just like you would do on YouTube by recording videos and posting them as answers to the questions that people have, you do the same thing on your website. For every common question that they ask, you create a page where you answer that question and answer it thoroughly, which further proves that you know what you're talking about. And if your marketing company promotes your website correctly, people who will be looking for answers to those questions, they will be finding your pages. And the final cool trick there is that many of the people that will be reading your pages, they will not be ready to talk to you yet. They may be ready to engage an attorney 2 months down the road. How do you make sure that they engage with you? It's actually quite simple. You install a little widget on your website that allows them to download some useful additional information, like a document, like a checklist, how to choose the right criminal defense attorney. Right? Pretty simple stuff. Some sort of a checklist or some sort of a white paper that takes them through certain steps, whatever it may be. When they download it, because they see value in this document, you ask them in exchange for the document for their name and email address. And once you get that, you will have in what's called autoresponder that your marketing company will set up for you. Send them additional information once every 3 days or once every week. And that additional information will be of high value to them. And how do I know it will be of high value? Because if they download this document, that means that they have that type of problem that a person has when they need this type of document. And you know that if they have this type of problem, they're also going to be looking for answers to a set of questions. And you can send them emails with answers to all of those questions. And when they're ready to talk to an attorney, who do you think they're going to reach out to? You. And that's how it's done. That's how you develop a consistent and predictable engine for generating new clients on a consistent basis. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this helpful. Reach out to me. You could find me at Sasha, S-A-S-H-A, at comradeweb.com, and I'll answer whatever questions you may have. Thanks for watching.